So if bringing her outside for 10 minutes brings her joy and happiness and brings her peace, and then she goes back into rest, then that's what I'm going to do for Dixie. And I'm going to do everything possible to give her the best quality of life. Beverly, I opened the gate. Here she comes. She's about to realize it's open. I don't want to get kicked. Come on. Oh boy, Beverlys Day Out. Are you second guessing this? Come on, you get a day out. Be a good girl. Your friend's gonna be okay. She's gonna be okay. You go. Uh-oh. Dixie's gonna come out too for a little bit. Okay. Don't worry. I'm gonna walk with her. About 10 minutes. Just enough. And no, we're not going down the hill, girls. We're staying right here with that gate closed. Oh boy. This is exciting, huh? Dixie's like, I'm out of here. I'm out of here. Beverly? Beverly? Don't be naughty. You get an outing. You can be out all day if you want to, but Dixie's only got a few minutes, so just embrace it, please. Don't you do this and waste it on Christmas. Christmas, go on. You know, in order to keep Dixie's spirit up, I like to give her a little bit of sensory time, and that just means coming out to this area. It excites her, it stimulates her. There's very little to eat right here, and I'm here to supervise her. She's not spending hours in the pasture. She gets just a little bit of nibble of some clover, and it's okay. It helps her feel whole, and believe it or not, in a few minutes she will actually, on her very own, go back into the pasture. Since Dixie's diagnosis, I'm not fully told anyone the truth yet. I've mentioned that she has Cushing's disease. She has metabolic syndrome. She also has laminitis. She has not foundered yet, and what that means is that's part of all of this is tied together. But the part that I haven't mentioned is the fact that Dixie has 2 tumors as well. And man, I was not planning on talking about this today. I know that the metabolic syndrome and the Cushing's disease says, don't let her eat anything but hay and water, nothing but hay and water and her medicine, and she'll live a happy life. But at 26, 27 years old, in horse life, when it comes to what really the quality of life that she will have with all of her diagnoses. Y'all, I want to see my horse live a little. I don't want to see her miserable and inside cribbing and biting on fences and buckets and just being mad every day, and that's not the life I want to give her. So if bringing her outside for 10 minutes brings her joy and happiness and brings her peace, and then she goes back into rest, then that's what I'm going to do for Dixie. This is my very own version of what I think that she needs, because I see how it lifts her spirit. And I think that if any of you are looking at your life at, let's just multiply it by 3. Okay, so 70, 78, 79, 80 years old, let's just say. And you have all of these things that you're taking medicine for, and there was one thing in life that brought you joy, and it was going outside. Yet, it could kill you. But you have all these other diagnoses that are indeed going to kill you. Wouldn't you grant yourself a little grace and say, yeah, I'm going to take that 10 minutes outside. Dixie, that's what Dixie thinks of her diagnosis right there. I love this girl. And 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 And if you know horses, you know that they get excited, and that's what makes them do that. And she just came upon a little patch of clover that made her excited. And that brings joy to my heart. It's not flaring her up. It's not causing her great pain to walk out here. It's bringing her joy and releasing some, maybe it's dopamine, maybe it's serotonin, I don't know. But it's making her heart and soul happy. So, her 10 minutes a day out here on the side of her little pasture with barely anything else to add to her is what I'm doing for Dixie. And everybody in the comments can criticize me and put me down and say, you're getting emotional and you're not thinking about what's right for her, all these things. I think that I'm being the right emotion. I'm empathizing with my horse who's had a free-range life in pastures and a whole life where she's seen a lot of ups and downs and heartbreak, and she's lost her best friend to a hurricane flood right in front of her very eyes. She's lost her owner, her original owner who she was born with, who eventually got dementia and died. And then she was given to us, where she was put in a pasture with who she thought would be her friends. And instead, they teamed up and bullied her and kept her away from food and love and affection unless she was off to her own, doing her own thing, and could sneak it in without them knowing about it. So, I know, baby, I know. I've always said she is a bright and shining star with a beautiful soul. She's a protector. She's a friend and a mentor. And I'm going to do everything possible to give her the best quality of life for the rest of her days here. She is she really is my spirit animal. She has helped me through some of the very hardest times in my life. Some that are in videos and some that aren't. And while we used to take long walks at I'm a Survivor into the hayfield and just let it all out, now we take short walks right outside her pasture. Or I brush her several times a day just to be able to make sure that she knows that everything's going to be okay, no matter what the circumstances. And as far as when it's her time and how we'll know, I know that she's going to let me know. I've had many conversations with our vets, with Lester, even with Aunt Joanne. And her tumors, her cancer, and all of her other problems, they do add up. But watching her have this moment every day or every couple of days, depending upon how she's feeling, is what tells me that she's still okay. And like I said, people can judge all that they want to judge. People can sit here and tell me I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not a horse person. I'm actually a horrible person for selfishly, keeping her around. I don't know if you see this, but she's a living, breathing animal. She gets around. She still does what she does. And she still has love in her heart and soul in her eyes, and her spirit is still good. She's on several medications, and we have to do some very big diet things, and you know what? That's part of what we do. she is a survivor. No matter if it's for another day, another week, another month, another year. Dixie's a survivor. And she's always been a part of I'm a Survivor. And we're going to take one day at a time. Uh-oh. That's not where I wanted her to go, though. Dixie, you can't go that far. All right, I got to get my rope. She's telling me, like, she's like, if we're having this good of a day, I'm going to take a bigger walk. No, we're not, baby. We're going back in. But I want you to see. If she wasn't well enough to make that journey, she wouldn't. And right there, she's telling me, she's like, look, Mom, I'm okay. And she is. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. All right. I'm going to go get the lead rope. See? She told me.